All right, let's see him. Yeah, go ahead, Johnson, please. Namo.
Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya. Homage to the enlightened Buddha, perfect in wisdom and compassion. Homage to the noble Dhamma, the universal law the Buddha taught. Homage to the holy Sangha, protectors of noble Dhamma. To this triple gem I go for refuge. May the triple gem bless and protect me and my loved ones tonight. May we be free from harm and danger. May we overcome our difficulties. May we always meet with success. May we be blessed with good health, strength, peace, and happiness. May my parents, brothers and sisters, teachers, friends, and relatives be well and happy. May they be free from harm and danger. If they are faced with harm and danger, I wish that they overcome their anxieties quickly.
Okay, Aaron, please.
I wish in their face of ill health, I wish that they regain good health soon. May the Buddha Dhamma saying a blessing protect them. Protect me, my lords, tonight. A blessing keep us away from harm and danger. Let us be peaceful, so that we wake in the morning fresh in body and mind.
Okay. Brandon, please.
If I strayed from the true path, may I never do so again. If I carelessly hurt someone today by word or deed, may I be mindful the next time. O Buddha, the enlightened one, help me to set my heart right. May my actions reflect your love and compassion. I shall strive to cleanse my heart from hate and envy and live in harmony with all people. I shall be close to the Dhamma in good as well as in difficult times. I know that should the moment come for me to leave the world, I shall do so without fear or regret, because I leave the world a better person than when I came into it.
Okay, Johnson, please.
Whatever wrong someone may do to me, may I be compassionate and forgive and bear no hatred in my heart. I shall bear in mind to be grateful for the acts of love and consideration shown to me, no matter how small they appear to be. For those I love and those who love me, may this life be a blessing and source of happiness to all beings. Namo Buddhaya. I would like to share the merits I have gathered today, as well as in the past with others. May they rejoice in these merits and keep an eye on me and my loved ones. I would also like to transfer these merits to my departed relatives and friends. Wherever they are, may they be free from suffering and be happy.
Okay, good. And yeah, go ahead, Aaron, please. You can read this one during this time.
During this time, Siddhartha's 5 friends lost faith in him. They saw him sitting along the riverbank eating food offerings. They watched him speak and smile to a young girl, enjoy milk and rice, and carry his bowl down into the village. Kandana said to the others, Siddhartha is no longer someone we can rely on. He has abandoned the path halfway. He now concerns himself only with idly feeding his body. We should leave him and seek another place to continue our practice. I see no reason to continue here.
What's that? What's about?
Siddhartha's friends believe that he has like left the way. You know, he's what's it called? He's like, yeah, I forgot the word, but he's like condoning, or he's putting himself in, or he's doing stuff where it makes it look like he is not he's not on the way anymore. Like they say he's eating all the time, and he's talking. He's like happily talking to a young girl, and all of that. Like it looks like he's just sitting there eating and being happy with girls.
Mm-hmm.
So they believe that he's left away. He's not good anymore.
So what happened before? What happened then?
What?
What happened before? What happened to Siddhartha before? What happened to the prince before he gave up the extreme practice of self-torture? What happened?
What happened before he gave up the extreme practice?
What happened?
He didn't eat at all, right?
Yeah, he didn't. Oh, and what happened with his body and mind?
His body, like his mind was like messed up because his body was not like was not provided with the nutrients it needed. Everything was all messed up and he was starving and his body was like withered away.
And now what he do?
So now he's eating.
That's why his 5 friends lost fire in him, right?
Yeah, that means that they're judging him from what they see, not
Who's wrong? Who's right?
they're wrong.
Why?
Siddhartha's right
Why?
because they don't have any reason. They judge on what they see.
Okay. Um, hmm. So how could you go to middle way then? Halfway, middle way then. Let's say when you out there with your body, right? Your body bought a lot of KFC, right? And how could you go to middle way?
I mean, I let them do their own thing, and then I do my own thing. That's all.
Okay.
Like no need to judge them or complain or do anything. We have our own lives, so
About Johnson, what happened if you tempt your body the KFC and he reject? Would you be angry?
I wouldn't be angry, Ty,
Why?
because that's his decision. You know, he doesn't want it. I can't force him to eat anything that he doesn't want to eat.
Okay. You try before? You tempt him when you invite him to go to your house? You tempt him before?
I'm not gonna lie, Ty. I did try to tell him a little bit, but he was strong. He's strong.
So he's winner, right? You're a loser, right?
Yeah, he wins.
Okay. All right. So yeah, Brandon. Next one, Brandon. Yeah.
Only after his 5 friends had departed did Siddhartha notice their absence. Encouraged by his new insights, Siddhartha had devoted all his time to meditation and had not yet taken the time to explain this to his friend. He thought, my friends have misunderstood me, but I can't worry now about convincing them otherwise. I must devote myself to finding the true path. Once I have found it, I will share it with them. Then return to his daily practice.
Okay. What's about?
So he noticed that like his 5 friends that he was like meditating with, he know they left right after seeing him, like eat rice, drink milk, and talk to the young girl, right? But he's like, but he knows that they probably thought like, or not probably they thought uh down on him, like they thought they didn't think they think they lost faith in them. Like he knew that that's what they thought, right? And he's like, well, he he's like he can't worry about trying to explain to his friends now. So he must continue on to he must continue and devote himself to finding the true path. And then once he has found it, he will share it back with his friends.
So what happened? Let's say if you go out with your friends, right? They may take you to the KFC and they might buy something and you don't. And so they so angry and walk away from you. Can you handle that, Brandon?
if if they went to go buy KFC and I didn't buy anything and they got angry at me.
No, they want to share with you the KFC, but you reject that, and they're so angry. And
So
what should you do then?
usually I don't know why they would be so angry, but I would just be okay, and I don't know. I would just excuse why they're so mad about me not accepting their offers of KFC.
Hi, Sabrina. How you been, Sabrina?
Busy.
Yeah, busy. Your baby Victor and Kelly stay here. You call them.
I'll call them.
Yeah, please. Okay. So so Johnson, So, how many times have you tempt him before? 1,000 times, and he always winner, and you always loser, or sometimes you are winner?
No, I'm never winner tag. I think I tempted him to
How
maybe three
really?
times maybe.
Would you test him again?
Mm, yeah, I wanna test him again, Ty. I wanna see how strong he is.
Oh,
But
really?
I'm not gonna let him eat it though. Once he try to grab it, I'm just no.
Yeah. Okay. So, how strong were you? You be strong for the rest of your life, Aaron, or you may sometimes you may let him to be winner.
Uh, I guess I don't know, but right now, yeah, right now I'm thinking I'll just keep going. But I don't know.
You,
Rest of my life is pretty long.
what's that?
Rest of my life is pretty long.
Mhm. About the buddies, they try to tempt you before too, beside KFC.
No, they haven't tried to tempt me, but they have jokingly put a piece of chicken I see them eating them. Ooh.
Mhm.
But no one really has tried to tempt me.
Okay. All right, Sabrina, keep your camera on, please. Can you read this one, Sabrina?
During those same days in which he made such great progress along the path, the young buffalo boy Savasti appeared. Siddhartha cheerfully accepted the handfuls of fresh grass the 11-year-old boy offered him. Though Sujata, Savasti, and their friends were still children, Siddhartha shared with them some of his new understanding. He was happy to see how unschooled the children from the countryside could easily understand his discoveries. He was greatly heartened, for he knew that the door of complete enlightenment would soon open wide. He knew he held the wondrous key, the truth of the interdependent and non-self nature of all things.
Okay, can you summarize what's about?
Um, Basically, Siddhartha is in the countryside and he met a bunch of countryside kids who were unschooled, but they easily understood his discoveries, and he felt very heartened knowing that they could go. I don't know what it means by he was greatly heartened. I don't know if it means like he was close to enlightenment or the kids were.
He he's going to attain enlightenment soon, not the children.
Okay, then yeah.
Hmm. So let's say if you discover something that no one know before, so who will you talk first? The little children, your parents, your best buddy, your teacher, who else? Sabrina.
Like if I discovered something,
Hmm. Who would you talk first?
um,
Who who would you
like
share
what
first?
type of discovery is this? Like, is it something that could change the world or something? Or
Could change the world, could change your life, could change your mind, could change your livelihood, whichever.
mm,
Oh,
I don't really know, to be honest, because anyone I could tell, they
mm-hmm.
could probably backstab me and try spreading it around themselves.
Yeah, no. Okay. So, Brandon, who will you share first?
I think maybe I would share with my parents.
That's all. How about
Guys,
you?
with
How about
parents,
you? Yeah, what happened?
I
So
start with
you start
oh
with your parents, right?
yeah,
Because they close to you, right?
and then if it's like an invention or something, I tell my parents, and then maybe they have like a good idea, I fix it.
Okay.
Slowly start telling more people,
Mhm.
right?
Johnson, who will share first? Your parents, your baby, your body, your teacher, who else?
Wait, what are we sharing, Ty?
Any discovery that you may have found that may change
Uh,
your life, it change your mind, it may change your lifestyle and so forth. Who would you share first?
If you're talking about law, like all that, then I probably tell my mom and dad first.
Yeah, you trust them first.
Yeah, I told them
They
first.
don't understand
Yeah.
English then.
Huh?
They don't understand English much.
No, my mom and dad's pretty good in English.
Oh, really? Ken, welcome back, Ken. Keep came on, Ken. How about you, Aaron? Who will you share first, Aaron? Ken, came on, please. Go ahead, Aaron.
What would I share first?
Who? Your best buddy, your parents, your dad, or who else?
Share what?
Anything, any new discovery that you may have found.
I'll share with the
Oh,
I'll share it with the, I guess, with the best buddy.
really?
Yeah. Yes.
Who is your best buddy? Johnson?
Uh,
No?
I
He's
don't
not?
know. I don't know who's my best buddy.
Ken?
Whoever it is, I'll share to
Ken,
them.
came on. Good. So you know, right, Johnson? So he's not your best buddy, right? You're not your best buddy. You have to find out who is his best buddy, okay, Johnson?
I will find out.
How you been, Ken? What you do now?
I've been doing football. I've been playing football and homework.
Remember your head.
Hmm?
Be careful with your head, right?
Oh yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'll be fine.
Remember, when you break your head, you're done with your life, right?
Yeah.
How could you protect your head when you hit other people with your head?
Oh, we have helmets.
Of course, I know.
Oh no,
But if
oh
you hit hard, it may affect to your brain, your neck, your shoulder, and so forth. How can you handle that then?
you kind of it doesn't hurt as much when you know it's coming, so you should like get yourself prepared for it. Or when you're about to hit, make sure you tense up, so then it doesn't hurt as much.
But be careful. You know, if you hit, let's say not much, but if you hit 1,000 times, it hits a lot, right?
Yeah.
If you remember, if you break one arm, you still use another arm, right? If you break one leg, you still use another leg. If you break your neck, you have another neck to use.
No.
No, to make sure, be careful. Quyên, how you been, Quyên? Quyên, how you been?
I've been doing well. Just one of my teeth hurt.
Really? Okay. We missed you. We missed you last Friday. What happened? We have Trung Thu over there. You didn't come with your baby.
Oh, I was kind of sleepy from doing all my tests.
Your dad came. Yeah.
Yeah.
We missed you. Okay, Ken, read this one, next one, Ken.
Because he was from a poor family, Savasti had of course never gone to school. Sajada taught him a few basics, but he still lacked skill with words, and while recounting his story about the Buddha, he sometimes halted, unable to find the right words. His listeners assisted him. In addition to Ananda and Rahula, two others came to listen to his story. One was an elderly nun named Mahapajapati, and the other was a monk in his early 40s named Saji.
Okay, what's it about?
So he's like he lives in a poor family. So I think he can't afford to go to school.
Yeah.
So so Judah helps him out with some stuff, but he still struggles with sometimes speaking.
Yeah. So that actually, this is right before the Buddha, right after the Buddha attained enlightenment. They take away from me, okay? I need to send email to go to Jan to go to me. Okay, let's see here. Go back here. Okay, let's see here. Let me share with you the screen. So how your school, Quyên?
My school life has been great. I've been doing well in my classes.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Quyên. Read next one for me, please. This one here.
Do I start at Rahula?
Yeah.
Rahula introduced them both to Savasta, who was deeply touched to learn that Mahajapta was herself Queen Gautama, the Buddha's aunt, who had raised him from infancy. She was the first woman to be accepted as a nun in the Buddha Sangha, and she now served as a abbess to more than 700 nuns. She had just traveled from the north to visit the Buddha and to consult with him concerning precepts for the vehicleness. Savasta learned that she had arrived only the previous evening, and her grandson Rahula, knowing how much she would enjoy hearing all Savasta had to say about the Buddha stay in Uruvela's forest, had invited her to join them. Savasta placed his palms together and bowed low before the abbess. Remembering all the Buddha had told him about her filled his heart with deep affection and respect. Mahajapta looked at Savasta with the same loving warmth as she looked at her own grandson, Rahula.
Yeah, what's about?
To be honest, I'm a bit confused about the paragraph.
Okay. So, Aaron, can you explain to her what's going on here? Aaron, what's about?
The first paragraph.
And this one, what's about? How it connect with when we talk about before the Buddha attained enlightenment, right? He just share something with the children because their mind so pure, right? And why jump over here? What happened there? So selfie.
Yes, Savasti.
What about? What's about him?
Savasti, he was poor.
Yeah, his little boy. Remember, he's the little boy that offer the Buddha cross. Remember for his seat.
No.
When he was little, right? Johnson, are you there, Johnson? Oh, tôi mở rồi đó cô Trang, tôi đưa cô ha. Cô nghe cô Trang?
Dạ mô Phật nghe thầy.
Rồi cô vô. Rồi. Okay, Ethan, you can go there. Yeah, you understand, Johnson? You understand what's going on here? You understand?
Not really. Thank.
Not really. Okay, so talk about in the future. Okay, let continue to read, and you guys understand later on. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Johnson. Next one here, Johnson. Yeah, Rahula.
Rahula introduced Saji to Savasti, and Savasti's eyes lit up when he learned that Saji was one of the 5 friends who had practiced self-mortification with the Buddha near Savasti's own home. The Buddha had told him back then that when his friends saw he had abandoned austerities to drink milk and rice and eat rice, they left him to practice elsewhere. Savasti wondered how Asaji had come to be of the Buddha's disciples, living right here at Bamboo Forest Monastery. He would ask Rahula about it later.
You understand now, right? You got that, Johnson?
Wait, I understand this part. I didn't
Yeah,
really
yes,
listen.
man, that's okay. Just explain this part. That's okay. We come back to the other one.
So this part was about Rahula introducing Asaji to Savasti, and Savasti learned that Asaji was one of the 5 friends who was with Buddha at the time when he was practicing self-mortification, and then and Savasti started wondering how Asaji had come to be one of Buddha's disciples.
Okay, you remember 5 of them left the Buddha, right? Right, remember? And they thought that he gave up. Okay. All right, go ahead, Johnson. Sorry, Aaron. Next one, Aaron. Yeah,
Bhikkhuni
yeah.
Gautami assisted Savasti the most in his efforts to tell his tale. She asked questions about details that didn't seem important to him, but were of obvious interest to her. She asked where he had cut the kusa grass he offered the Buddha for a meditation cushion, and how often he had provided new bundles of grass for the Buddha. She wanted to know if after giving the Buddha the grass, the buffalo still had enough to eat at night. And she asked if he was ever beaten by the buffalo's owner. Oh. Gautami just asked Savasti about what his little story with the Buddha, how he was giving grass to the Buddha, because when Savasti was poor, he worked on this village and he tended buffaloes, and so he saw the Buddha, and that's why he was giving grass to him, and such, because like I said, for the meditation cushion. And so Gautami was interested in next door.
So she just asked whether he was been by the buffalo owner after he gave the grass to the Buddha, right? When he was little, right?
Yes.
So you follow now, right? Yeah,
yes.
Go ahead, Brandon. Next one, please, Brandon.
Much remained to be told, but Savasti asked permission to stop there for the evening and promised to continue the following day. But before taking his leave, he wondered if he could ask Bhikkhuni Gautami a few questions he had held in his heart for 10 years. She smiled at him and said, "Go ahead and ask. If I'm able to answer your questions, I will be most happy to."
What about?
She was asking Savasti a lot of questions, but there was a lot of questions that she wanted to ask him. But Savasti said he wanted to stop there for the day, and then he'll go home, and then he'll resume talking about or answering her questions the next day. Before he left, he asked Bhikkhuni Gautami a few questions, or he was wondering if he could ask, right? He could ask her a few questions that he had that waiting to ask her for 10 years, and she said, "Yeah, go ahead and ask."
So who is that? Who Bhikkhuni Gautami? You know who is that?
No, not really.
Aaron, you know who is Bhikkhuni Gautami? Remember up here?
And the name,
Yeah.
the name is
who is this?
familiar, but I don't remember.
Yeah, who is that? Right here.
Was it the lady?
Yeah.
That,
Mahapachanpati. That's she's the queen, remember?
oh.
She's the sister of his mom, Queen Maya. She passed away 7 days, remember? After she gave birth to Siddhartha, remember? And this queen, actually the king, his father, Suddhodana, took her sister, Mahapachanpati, as the next queen. Understand? And after that, she become a first Buddhist nun with the name of Bhikkhuni Gautami here.
Oh.
Understand that?
Oh.
Johnson,
Okay.
you follow the story, Johnson? You follow?
A little bit.
Okay, John, Aaron, explain to them one more time, please. What's about?
When the Buddha was born, his mom, Queen Mahamaya, she gave birth to him and died. And so like
How long?
7 days.
What happened?
And then so the king, the king needed someone to take care of Siddhartha, Prince Siddhartha. So like that's why he took his Siddhartha's mother, which is Queen Mahamaya's. He took her sister as the new queen so she could take care of Siddhartha. And then later on, she turned to be the first Buddhist nun because now known as the name Bhikkhuni Gautami.
Okay. Sabrina and witness, please.
There were several things Savasi wanted to know. First of all, had Yasodhara really been sleeping or only pretending to be asleep the night Siddhartha pulled back the curtain before his departure? Savasi also wanted to know what the king, queen, and Yasodhara thought and said when Chana returned with Siddhartha's sword, necklace, and locks of hair. What happened in the lives of the Buddhist family in the 6 years of his absence? Who first heard the news that the Buddha had attained the way? Who first welcomed the Buddha back, and did all the city come out to greet him when he returned to Kapilavatthu?
Okay, what's about?
Basically, Savasti wanted to know a bunch of things. If, like, for example, when Siddhartha left, was Yasodhara really sleeping, or what the king, queen, and Yasodhara had thought when Chana came back with Siddhartha's belongings, especially his hair, and what happened to the lives of the Buddhist family in the 6 years, or who heard the first news, who first heard the news that the Buddha had attained the way, and who welcomed the Buddha back first, and did the people of Kapilavatthu come out to greet him?
Okay, yeah. Queen, please, next one.
You do have a lot of questions, exclaimed Bhikkhuni Gautama. She smiled, calling at Savasta. Let me try to answer them briefly. First of all, was Yasodhara truly asleep or not? If you want to know for certain, you should ask Yasodhara. But if you ask me, I don't believe she was. Yasodhara herself had prepared Siddhartha's garments, hat, and shoes and placed them on his chair. She told Chana to saddle and ready Kantaka. She knew that the prince would leave that very night. How could she sleep on such a night? I believe she only pretended to be asleep in order to avoid a painful parting for Siddhartha and herself. You do not yet know Yasodhara Savasta, but Rahula's mother is a woman of great determination. She understood Siddhartha's intent and quickly gave him her wholehearted support. I know this more clearly than anyone else, for of all those closest Yasodhara, I was the closest next to Siddhartha.
Okay, what's about?
Someone, wait, can you scroll up a bit? Okay, thank you. This, I don't remember her name. Is that fine?
Siddhartha. Oh, okay. Bhikkhuni Gautami. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And she replied to the question of Swati, right? Swati. She asked whether the princess Yasodhara pretend to be asleep on the night that Siddhartha left. That's why she explained what's about.
Oh, okay. Can you slow down a bit? Okay, thank you. They believe that. Wait. Yashodhara wasn't actually asleep yet, but she was preparing of Siddhartha's thing, and then she knew that he would leave that very night, and then she doesn't know how she could sleep on such a night, and then she pretended to sleep in order to like not have a painful parting
Mhm.
with Siddhartha.
So let's
The-
say, yeah, go ahead, continue. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm done talking.
So how about let's say the night before your dad is leaving for Vietnam, would you prepare everything for him, or would you pretend to sleep?
I would prepare with him.
He's going back soon, right? Or next year?
I'm not sure yet, but I do know he's going back.
When?
I'm not sure.
Make sure you ask him, right? All right.
Okay.
So thank you. Ken, I have this story. Can you watch for me and summarize for me, Ken?
Okay.
Good. He's smart boy, right, Ken?
Yeah.
Hmm.
In the Buddha's era, monks often gathered and spoke about topics that were on their minds. In one particular instance, the monks were talking about the Buddha's great renunciation. He was the crowned prince of a large and wealthy nation. He was married to a beautiful woman of high status and had recently had a son. Yet he renounced all of this to pursue a higher goal. When the Buddha joined them, he asked the monks what they had been talking about. When they told him, he said, "This is not the only life in which I have performed a great renunciation." The monks knew that the Buddha could see into past lives, and they requested the story to be told. A long time ago, a king named Mahachanaka reigned in Mithila in the kingdom of Videha. He had two sons, Arita Chanaka and Pola Chanaka. He made the elder his viceroy and the younger the commander of the armies. After King Mahachanaka passed away, Arita Chanaka became king, and he made Pola Chanaka his viceroy. After some time, the slaves began whispering rumors about the viceroy planning to kill the king and take the crown. At first, the king was reluctant to believe these rumors, but after multiple slaves told the same story, he began to wonder if there was any truth to the rumors. King Arita Chanaka ordered his loyal brother to be put in chains and imprisoned in a house not far from the palace. Pola Chanaka, knowing that he was innocent of the charges, relied on his history of truthfulness and made a solemn asseveration. "If I've ever been my brother's enemy, may my chains stay heavy and true. May the door stay locked and sturdy. But if I have never been my brother's enemy, nor have I wished harm upon him or wished to take his throne, by the virtue of this truth, may my chains be loosened and the door unlocked." After making his asseveration of truth, his chains fell off of him and the door flew open. Pola Chanaka fled to a frontier village and took up residence there. The people there recognized him, and after hearing his tale, sided with him. When the king sent soldiers to apprehend Pola Chanaka, the inhabitants protected Pola Chanaka, refusing to allow him to be arrested. In due time, Pola Chanaka became the master of frontier villages. After amassing a large following, he said to himself, "I was not my brother's enemy before, but now I am." Pola Chanaka mustered up a huge force and laid siege to Mithila. The army demanded that King Arita Chanaka come out and give battle. Inside the palace, King Aritachanaka knew he had no choice but to battle. He regretted what he did to his brother, but knew it was too late to make amends. He decided to bid farewell to his pregnant wife and queen. He said, "My love, victory and defeat in battle cannot be foretold. If I were to fall, you must do all you can to protect our child that you carry inside you." King Aritachanaka and his army gave battle, but they were not on the side of right, and they were not able to fight with full muster. Eventually, King Aritachanaka was overcome and slain. When the queen heard the news, her heart broke into 1,000,000 pieces, but she knew she needed to protect her unborn child. She put her gold, her finest jewelry, and her treasures into an old worn basket and placed it on her head. She dressed in dirty rags and disfigured herself so as not to be recognizable. She left out of the northern gate, and no one was the wiser. She did not have a good sense of direction. All she knew was that she should go to Kalachampa, but she didn't know where it was or how she would get there. Saka, the lord of the Devas, was residing in his celestial palace in the Tawatimsa heaven. Suddenly, the entire palace shook. Saka considered what could cause this and realized a being of great merit was in distress. He looked down into the world and saw that the Bodhisattva, a future Buddha, had taken form in his mother's belly. His and his mother's life were currently in jeopardy, and Saka decided to intervene. So, Saka created a covered wagon with a bed inside, and he himself transformed into a traveler. As he drove by the queen, he yelled, "Heading to Kalachampa! Anyone need a ride?" The queen, not believing her great luck, said, "Father, I wish to go there. Do you have room for a lone pregnant woman?" "Of course, my child. In all the lands, no one drives a smoother carriage than I." Once inside the wagon, the queen surprisingly fell asleep. Saka, by his divine power, made the journey unnaturally smooth and quick. They covered the great distance in less than a day. When the queen woke up and looked outside, she could not believe her eyes. She was standing outside the gates of Kalachampa, a city that would normally take days to reach. She thanked the driver, who quickly disappeared. The queen entered the city. Not knowing where to go or what to do, the queen went to rest in a nearby hall. At that time, an old Brahmin who dwelt with 500 disciples in Kalachampa happened to see her sitting there. He quickly noticed her beauty and elegance in spite of her tattered clothing. Most importantly, due to the power and aura of the being in her womb, the Brahmin immediately felt an affection for the queen. The Brahmin sat down next to her and said, "Sister, where do you come from?" "Sir, I'm the chief queen of King Aritachanaka in Mithila." "Then why are you here pregnant and alone, dressed in rags?" "The king was killed by Polachanaka, and I have fled to save my unborn child." And with this, the queen began to sob. The Brahmin felt great pity for her, and his affection for her grew. He viewed her as a younger sister and wished to protect her. He devised a plan. He told her, "Sister, do not be anxious. I am a Brahmin of a great family and a famed teacher with many disciples. I will watch over you and take care of you as if you were my sister. Now, Cry out loud and call me brother and hug my feet, as if we were just now reunited. The queen wailed out loud and fell at his feet. The Brahmin then said, "My sister, long has it been since we have been together. Arise and let us resume our family." The Brahmin's disciples rejoiced in their teacher's luck in finding his long-lost sister. The Brahmin brought the queen to his house and introduced her as his long-lost sister. His wife gave her a hot water bath and took care of her with love and affection.
Okay, go ahead, Ken. Keep the camera. What's about? Summarize, please.
So I don't remember all of it, but I'm pretty sure. So the Buddha was telling a story about a king who had two sons. I think one of them was the
No, at
commander.
first, what happened? At first, at beginning, what happened?
Oh, I can't remember. I can't remember.
Aaron, can you help him out? What's happened in the beginning? Remember?
I just remember the king, like what Ken just said.
Brandon, do you remember what happened at the beginning of the story?
What'd you say?
You remember what's the beginning of the story? What's about?
I mean, I don't remember like well, but I kind of remember a bit. It's like, there was like, it's like the very beginning, like a lot of like Buddha's like disciples, they come and listen to the Buddha
Okay.
saying that he can look into past lives of himself. I think it's something about past life. There was a king.
Sabrina, can you remember what's the beginning about of this story? What did the video?
The beginning?
A beginning. What's about? Remember?
Weren't they those two brothers or something?
What else? So
From what I
the monk came and asked the Buddha about what? Remember?
not exactly.
Queen, remember? Queen?
Not that much.
Okay. Ken, remember? So all the monks came to talk to the Buddha, right? And asked, and they prayed the Buddha that how could you leave the palace to become a monk while you were a prince? Remember that? And you let go of everything. You let go of your palace. You let go of your children. You let go of your wife. You let go of your kingdom. Remember that? And the Buddha say, "Wow, it's not the first time I have forsake or have let go before." That's why he told about this story. Understand, Ken?
A little
You know
bit.
that? All right, go ahead. Go ahead and tell us the rest of the story about.
Okay, so he said that there was a king and it had two sons. I'm pretty sure one of them, which is maybe the younger one, was the commander of the army or something like that. And then I don't know what the other one was, but then after the king died, I think the younger brother maybe became king. And then
What happened?
and then yeah, after that, and then for a while, the servants around the palace, they said they heard a rumor about his other brother trying to kill the king.
What happened then?
And then after the king finally heard more people say the same thing, he locked his brother in a cell.
Okay.
And then he made a preservation, and he said that if he has done anything wrong to his brother, or if he ever said that he was gonna hurt his brother, than to keep the door and the chains on him,
Mm-hmm.
and the door is locked. But he hasn't done anything to hurt his brother or has ever been his brother's enemy, then uh uh unlock him, like free him from his chains, and the door will open.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, the doors opened, the chains broke, and then he was free. And I think he went to like an outside. I think he went to like the outside of the village or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he, at first, he thought that he didn't kill. He didn't think that he was his brother's enemy.
Mm-hmm.
But then after he realized that his brother locked him in a cell, he changed his mind and I think he wanted like get revenge.
Mm-hmm.
So he went and gathered a lot of people to go back to the gates uh and like shouted like they wanted his brother to come out and fight.
What
And
happened?
I don't remember what happened between that. It's something between his wife and the king.
Mm-hmm.
But I just know that their brothers fought, and I think the
Who
wife,
died? Who won and who was the loser?
the king was a loser.
And he was what? He was
Uh,
killed, right?
yeah, he was killed.
And how about his queen, his
His
pregnant
queen.
queen?
So when she found out, she went to go find some old clothes,
Mm-hmm.
and she took all of her belongings with her,
Mm-hmm.
and she like disguised herself so then no one would know who she was.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when she left, she was going to another village.
Mm-hmm.
And as she was doing that, I think Sokka, I think that's the name.
Mm-hmm.
He was in his palace, and then it started shaking, and then I think when it shakes, he was in his palace, and I think when the palace shakes, it means like a Buddhist, I think a Buddhist is like in trouble or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So Sokka went down to help. Sokka went down and checked what was going on, and he saw the pregnant queen uh, trying to go to the other village. So he disguised himself as, I think, a traveler,
Mm-hmm.
and
I don't need to work for. Yeah. What else?
so he asked if anyone's going. I forgot the village's name, but the village's name, and Queen went up and went to ask him if he could take her there, and he said yeah. And when she went on, she was able to sleep uh, peacefully,
Mm-hmm.
and they were able to get there in less than a day.
Mm-hmm.
Which usually it takes more than a couple of days to get there. And when she got there, she thanked the traveler, and as she went in to go, when she got to the village, she went into a hall and just sat there.
And she met an old man, right?
Yeah, and
What happened?
he went to go talk to her. He went to talk to her, and I don't know. She basically said
He
that
accept her. He accept her as a younger sister, right?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and
So
then
Brandon, what you learn? What's the moral of this story, Brandon? What's the moral? Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't really know because it says to be continued, so it's not finished. But I mean,
Johnson,
one of
go ahead.
the
Go ahead. Go ahead, Brandon. What's the moral?
uh, I don't know. I think one. Well, there are. I'm pretty sure there's more, but I mean, the one I saw was
Mm-hmm.
that I don't know. Maybe you should learn to forgive, maybe because
Mm-hmm.
you see it was like one of the brothers got locked up, right? Because someone told the other brother that the brother was gonna like take over, right? So he got up, but when the brother like he prayed and then he got out of the chain and out of the prison or something.
Okay.
But instead of going to the other brother and saying oh, I forgive you or something like that, he instead fight him.
Okay. Aaron,
It's like,
yeah, go ahead. Thank you. Aaron, what's the moral of this story, Aaron? What do you think? Aaron?
To be forgiving.
What happened? What happened when one brother was in prison and later on that brother killed the brother? What happened then?
He was not forgiving.
Johnson, what's the moral of this story, Johnson? What's the moral?
Oh, I'm sorry, Ty. I wasn't here. I wasn't here when the story happened.
Okay, Quyên, what's the moral of this story, Quyên? You anything? What's Sabrina? What's the moral of this story, Sabrina?
Sorry, Ty, I missed half of the story. I'm not for sure.
Really? Okay. Well, Quyên, what's the moral, Quyên? Are you there, Quyên?
I wasn't here for most of it.
Are you confused?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. So Aaron, one more time. Aaron, summarize quickly for this story. What's about and what's the moral? Aaron, you smarted one.
What's it about? The
Yeah.
story
Quick.
is about
Yeah, make it quick. Yeah.
the story is like two brothers, because there's the sons of two kings, and they basically they fought, and then like one of the brothers killed each other, and then the king also died as well, right? And then and then the queen was pregnant, leaving the queen had to run away.
Okay. Well, that's nice. What's the moral?
The moral is be mindful. Right?
What happened? Let's say what happened when you get older and one of your best body put you in jail. They imprison you. Would you forgive them or would you fight back?
I would. I wouldn't fight back, but I would just let it go.
Really?
Yes.
So let's say now, I mean that in the future, let's say one of your best buddy were president, and somehow they put you in the jail. And later on, when you get out of the jail and you were president, would you put them in the jail or you execute them? What would you do?
I would not do that.
What do you do?
Nothing. Just to
Nothing?
let it go. It's okay.
Really?
It's whatever. Yeah, I can't. That's too much.
Too much. How about you?
Yes.
How about you, Brandon? If your best buddy put you in jail, but later on you get out and you become president, would you fight back or let go or forgive them?
I let it go. I mean,
Sure.
Why they would put me in jail in the first place? Oh yeah, I would let go because like, well, if I fight back, what better does it make? Like, you should like seek, right? This is something do so.
Okay, Johnson, would you let go? Would you forgive them or you lock them in again?
I let them go, Ty. I let them go.
You sure? About
Yeah, holiday.
Sabrina, if they do well to you, would you lock them in? Would you throw them to the prison to the range, or you let them go? Sabrina.
If they what to me?
Yeah, let's say if one of your best friends somehow find some of your mistake and they threw you to jail, and when you get out of jail and become president, would you throw them to the jail, to the range, or you let them go?
I mean, I wouldn't throw them in jail. I'll probably kick them out of my life, but that's about
Yeah,
it. I mean,
that's all. Ken,
I
what
don't
should
need
you
their
do?
negativity.
Ken, what should you do? Ken, turn on the cam. Ken, what should you do? Ken.
I don't know. I think I'd probably talk to them about it if I know where they're at or something. I'll probably talk it out and see their side of the story, because sometimes you might not know what you might not know what other people were thinking during that time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, I've been through experiences where people will get mad at what having been mad at me
Mm-hmm.
for reasons. So for stuff that they probably heard about which are not true. So
Let's say in the game, in the football game, one big guy hit you too hard. Would you find a way to hit them back in the games?
Yeah. Oh no! Wait, no, not punch, but yeah, I'll try to hit back. Yeah.
Really?
Not like punch, but like.
No, I'm not into punching. Yeah, in the football game, right? They use their head to hit your body or hit your chest or hit your head, right? Would you find some way to hit them back with your head?
Yeah.
Really? So that's called revenge or get games.
It's just a game, really. I mean, we're supposed to hit each other, but like, yeah, I'm not gonna hit like punch him or anything like that. I mean, he's just doing his job
Oh,
for
sure.
football.
All right, let's go then. Let's finish and yeah, go ahead, Queen. Can you do number one, please, Queen? Everyone come together. Go ahead, Queen.
To the Buddha I return and rely, vowing that all living beings understand the great way profoundly and bring forth the Bodhi mind.
Okay, Sabrina, number two, please.
To the Dharma I return and realize, vowing that all living beings be free and to the sutra treasure, and have wisdom like the sea.
Okay, Johnson, do last one, please, Johnson. Come together, Johnson.
To the Sangha I return and rely, vowing that all living beings form together a great assembly, one and all in harmony.
Okay, good. Thank you. Brandon, may I please, Brandon?
May I please be healthy?
May I please be
Can I
healthy?
be healthy?
May I please be productive?
May I
May I
please
Please
be
be productive.
May I please be happy?
May
May I
please
please
be
be happy?
happy.
Okay, Sabrina, my parents, please.
May our parents be happy.
May
May
our
I
parents be
happy?
May our parents be productive.
May
May
our
our
parents
parents
be
And may our parents be safe.
and may our parents.
safe.
Okay, Ken, may our night, please.
May our night be peaceful.
May our night be
Be
peaceful.
peaceful.
May our night be safe.
May our night be safe.
Safe.
And may our night be healthy.
May our night be
Be
healthy.
healthy.
Okay, good.